The next area of Windows XP interface that I want to talk about is the taskbar. So far we have talked about the desktop and the start menu, and now we are going to talk about the taskbar. It's kind of an utilitarian feature of the operating system, and that's the large blue area down here. Now nothing is currently in my taskbar right now. Well, that's not entirely true, as I have this show hidden icons button and of course this notification area. But really, the taskbar is this little large blue area down here in the middle. As you open Windows, you are going to see little icons or little buttons stack along the taskbar, which will give us access to a variety of programs. It should also be noted that the taskbar in its default state is locked, but we are going to discuss that later, and what we can and cannot do with it, and how you unlock it. So let me go here to the Start menu, and the previous exercise I pinned WordPad to my Start menu, and now I'm going to click on WordPad, and you're going to see the blank WordPad document opened. Notice that when I open WordPad application, down in the taskbar, a button has appeared, and it's depressed. It's not sad, it's just pressed in. So if I click on it again, it hides the application. But when I click on it, when it is hidden, it reappears. So you can see it's pretty easy to work with. I can also use the minimize button to hide it, and then to click on it again to make it reappear. Let me go ahead and open another application after minimizing WordPad. In this case, it's Internet Explorer. Notice that with Internet Explorer, it appears just next to WordPad. And again, if I click on it, it hides. And if I click on it again, it reappears. What happens if I open another Microsoft Internet Explorer window? Let me do that by going to File, New, to Window, and I could have also used Ctrl-N if I wanted to. It appears to be right of the other Explorer window. And just to make things easier, I will open up MSN. As you can even now see, the title has changed. As you can see now, even the title has changed. This really helps. Now I'll go ahead and open another application. I'll open the address book. And as I keep opening applications, they keep coming down here. What I want to show you is that as I keep on opening Microsoft Internet Explorer windows by the process described earlier, eventually we will run out of space on the taskbar. When this happens, you will see that they will stack into a group, and now instead of 4 different buttons, you will now see one button with a small number 4 on its left. When I click on it, it gives the name of the web pages open. If I had gone to other websites, it would have given me their names like Garo.com and Disney.com. Let me go ahead and close all these applications as I don't really need them. That's the purpose of the taskbar, to give quick access to applications. Now if I double click on my computer, it also appears down the taskbar, even though it is a window and not an application. The same is for My Documents. We will now talk a little about this little bubble icon on the right hand side of the taskbar. When I click on the little bubble, you will see some icons here, and if I move away from it, they will disappear. They are programs which are running in the background that either are not being used or I don't want to be seen. I'll show you how to modify the settings if you want some applications to be seen or not. Like a couple of other times, I've told you whenever you right click on an object, you will see its properties. So if I come down on the taskbar and right click on it, I will sure enough see the taskbar properties. And when I choose that, I get the properties for not just the taskbar but also the start menu. But since I right clicked on the taskbar, this tab will show up first. We can click over and see some of the start menu options, but we will look at these later. Let's just go through some of the options available here. You can lock the taskbar by checking the lock checkbox. When I disable it, I get this dotted handle, but we will come to that in a minute. You can do something known as auto hide, which causes the taskbar to sink beneath the screen when the mouse cursor is not hovering on it. When you bring the cursor down, it will again come up. Keep the taskbar on top of other windows. This does exactly what you think. It does not allow other windows to cover the taskbar, and it's very useful. And I strongly suggest you keep it selected. Group similar taskbar options together. This allows the Explorer pages which we opened earlier to stack into one group. If this had been deselected, that would not have been possible. Show Quick Launch has been deselected by default, and we will come back to this. You can choose to show the clock, and I think it's good to know the time. And then at the bottom is Hide Inactive Icons. Now as you install different programs and use various features in Windows XP, it's going to have something known as icons. Some things like volume of certain programs appear in the notification area of the taskbar. Now if a program is not used for some time, it will become inactive. And if this is selected, it will hide those inactive icons. For example, if I click on this little bubble here, I haven't accessed my audio settings for my sound card, and that's considered an inactive icon at this time, and that's why it's hidden. Now if you click on the Customize button, you can change the behavior of certain icons according to your preferences. For example, I do not want to see QuickTime Real Player, so I have set it to always hide. No matter whether it's active or inactive, it will always remain hidden. You can choose to hide when inactive or always show. There are a number of options to choose from. Later in the customization section, I'm going to show you how to create your own taskbar and move it around the screen and do other interesting things with it. I'm going to click OK, and now you can see that the appearance of the taskbar has changed ever so slightly, and this is as the taskbar is no longer locked. This area allows me to move this around. And I can click and drag even though nothing happens. I'm going to right click again, and this time I'm going to select Quick Launch. This will add some default icons into the area known as the Quick Launch in the taskbar. As you can see, some icons have appeared. Now something weird has happened. I can see a double arrow kind of thing if I hover over it, and I can see another icon, and since the taskbar is unlocked, I can click on the double arrow and drag it to the right. Now I can see all the icons. This is a way to launch things very quickly, hence the name Quick Launch. So if I click on the one for the media player, as expected, the media player will open, and so will the Internet Explorer one. There. Now as you install programs to XP, there are checkboxes which allow you to add those programs in the Quick Launch area, so watch out for those. I can more or less make space for the Quick Launch area only because it is unlocked. I can also add items to the Quick Launch area because the taskbar is unlocked. This is really easy. I'll show you if we had to add WordPad, we would simply go here and click on it and drag it to the Quick Launch area. You must keep the mouse button pressed throughout. If I right click on the taskbar and then lock the taskbar, then you will notice that the little gripper area is now gone, but I can still access the icons themselves. It is really simple if you want to remove an icon. It is really simple if you want to remove an icon from the Quick Launch. All you have to do is to go on the icon, right click on it, and press delete. Do not worry, you are not deleting the program, but just a little shortcut to it. When the message appears regarding whether you are sure about deleting it, click OK to delete the shortcut. This other little icon here, which says Show Desktop, is actually more interesting than you think. If you open the media player and the Explorer and WordPad, and then you want to go back to the desktop without having to manually minimize or close each window, All you have to do is click on the Show Desktop button, and voila! All of them automatically minimize. Pretty cool, huh? If you click on it again, the windows will reappear. So let's go to our taskbar and leave this unlocked. Now I'll give you a preview of Auto Hide. When I click it, the taskbar disappears. But when I move the cursor down again, it reappears. So it's up to you. You can adjust the taskbar's appearance or disappearance, for that matter, any way you want. If you double click on the time, you can change the time and date settings. You can also synchronize the time with Windows.com. It's getting late and I'm hungry, so I'll eat myself and also leave you to eat. Catch you later.